Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host Khalil Ward, and this is my first live stream. On this stream, I'm just going to talk about ratings, why I don't rate movies, and I'm going to rank every movie that I watched in theaters this year. I put together all the posters and everything, and it seems I watched 61 movies this year in theaters, so I'll get to ranking those in a minute. But I want to talk about ratings and why I don't rate movies when I'm reviewing them. People always ask me, like, hey, what would you rate this movie? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, either you should go see it or you shouldn't. But ratings for me, it's a lot of people focus on the number. Oh, what's up? Daily Reacts, how you doing? I'm doing all right, man. It's my first live stream. It's nerve wracking a little bit. So I'm hanging in there. How you doing? Ratings for me, it's just people focus on the numbers. So it's like this thing gets a 6 or this thing gets a 7 rather than reading or listening to what the person is actually talking about, like what they like or what they dislike about a movie or something. So it's just, I try not to focus on the numbers. Okay, that's good, Daily Reacts. I'm glad you're doing good. Yeah, it's different when you have to host the live chat. When you're a guest, it's like, okay, I'm a guest. They're gonna ask me some questions. We're gonna have a little dialogue. So it's a little easier when you're a guest on something. Hosting stuff is like, am I doing this right? Is this gonna work correctly? So it's just a little weird, but I'm good. I think I'm gonna be good. Daily Reacts. Do you like ratings for movies or like TV shows and stuff like that? Mel, what's good? Nah, we ain't getting no chicken though. Try to switch it up. Get out of your comfort zone, man. Like when you Twitch Madden and everything, we're gonna be watching you soon enough. But good looking out, Mel. Mel, what's the last movie you seen in theaters? Same question for you, Daily Reacts. The last movie you saw in theaters. I appreciate it, Mel. Thanks for showing up. And let me know when you get mad and you start streaming so I could be in there bothering you. The last movie I saw in theaters was this movie called Jules, starring Ben Kingsley. It was different. I liked it though. It was small and it just made me feel good. I'll talk about it later when I rank it, but it's definitely something I had to go see. Camera is the next setup. I mean, I got the camera. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here. I don't want to be on the camera, just looking around. I don't know yet. I don't know. Maybe for the next stream, I'll put the camera on, keep it on. But I feel you. Mel, you got a you got a favorite movie this year that you actually saw in the theaters? I want to hear from the people. What's their favorite movie? you know, what did they enjoy at the theater? I like going to the theater. That's why I do this, because I enjoy the theater experience. Okay, you want to see Transformers, Rise of the Beast? All right, so Transformers, Rise of the Beast, for me, it's the third best Transformers movie. I think the first Transformers is first. I think Bumblebee is second, and Rise of the Beast is third. It I think the human characters are pretty solid. They're not like over the top like in the other movies. For me, the biggest negative was there. It wasn't a focus on the beast. You know, it was a lot of, again, Optimus Prime and everything. I wanted it to be more focused on Optimus Primal, and I just wanted to see more of them. You know, the Transformers we never seen before on screen. So that was like the biggest knock. But it got like a New York vibe to it. The soundtrack is dope. Um, the action is pretty cool, and the colors pop a little bit more in this Transformer, so you can tell the good guys from the bad guys. And the bad guy was pretty menacing. The lead henchman, he was cool. He got busy, so it was enjoyable. I would say, I liked it. So definitely, when you get a chance, I think it's on Paramount Plus or something. Definitely check it out. It's worth the watch, I would say. You never seen Bumblebee was cool. It was a change of pace. I thought the other Transformers were getting a little too crazy. It was a lot of human characters running around, and I think Bumblebee was just like they took it back, I believe, in the 70s or whatever, and it felt different. The tone felt different, and there wasn't that many human characters running around, and it was just Bumblebee taking on a lot of evil robots by himself. It was cool just seeing like his progression as a character, and it wasn't solely focused on Optimus and everything. You know, him getting all the shine. But Bumblebee was, I like it. It was cool. I think Transformers would be in good hands if they continue this formula. Like, not a whole bunch of humans. Um, highlight the robots, get the action right, and have a banging soundtrack. I think they'll be in the right direction. Appreciate you, Mel. Like I said in the beginning, I've been to the movies to see 61 different movies. It's not counting uh, Netflix movies that I saw in theaters, like Extraction 2. I got a chance to check that out in theaters, which was pretty cool. Luther, the Netflix movie, I saw that in theaters. I was at the premiere actually. Idris Elba pulled up, Andy Serkis and stuff. So I'm not counting those movies in terms of going to the theater. But I've seen movies multiple times. Like I've seen Oppenheimer twice, Guardians three times, I believe. So I'm just ranking the individual movies that I saw. Is there any particular movie that's a favorite of yours? Let me know in the chat. Or any surprise movie this year that you saw in the theaters. Let me know in the chat. Uh, my thought process going into movies, I I hope the movie is good. Like whatever type of movie it is, I just hope it executes and I have fun. I always try to go to the movies to have fun. Going to see a bad movie is it's not my hope. Um, Sometimes you see a bad movie, but it's enjoyable. There's a few of those on the list. Sometimes you see a movie and it's just bad, and I want to leave, but or I just want to go to sleep or something. So you have your mixed bags, but I usually go into a movie trying to have the best experience possible. I love a packed theater, especially for like a comedy or something where everybody's having a lot of fun. Action is really great, like something at IMAX, like a Mission Impossible. Like that was a lot of cheering, and I was like close to the front, but it was worth it. Same thing the second time I seen Oppenheimer. I was in the first row of an IMAX, and if you ever been in an IMAX, it's a experience. But it's fun just hearing people cheer, or in Oppenheimer's case, when the bomb went off, just the silence. Even in the Mission Impossible, when he did the jump, it was like this silence, and everybody was like gasping. It's great. It's a fun experience. I guess I can compare it to like a sporting event. If you're at like a basketball game and everybody is cheering at the right time. If somebody gets dunked on, everybody gets up and cheer, or if it's a last second shot and everybody's like holding their breath. It's the same type of feeling when you at like a packed theater watching something big, or even something more emotional like Infinity War, when the snap happened and you hear you just hear people like saying what, or you hear sniffles, people crying. So it's just, I would compare going to like a packed theater with that. My man V, what's up V? Good looking out. What's your thoughts on the apparent increase of these multi-part movies? Um, I don't mind it. I think like for Across the Spider Verse, I know a lot of people were in their feelings when it ended, but it did say part one when the first trailer dropped. Same thing with Mission Impossible. It was like, this is a part one, and they have a story that they want to tell, and they need more time. So I rather them say, okay, this is a part one to a two-part story, rather than them trying to combine it and just making like a 2 hour and 30-minute movie, and it has mixed parts from both movies and it kind of falls apart. I like them making it a two-parter and announcing that it's a two-parter. Spider-Verse could have probably helped by saying, yeah, this is part one again. Maybe because they changed the name, kind of like Avengers, when it was supposed to be like Infinity War 1 and 2 or whatever. And then they changed it to Endgame. So I don't mind the multi-part movies. I just hope I hope they stick the landing. That's what I would say. Because if both parts do well, then I think other people are going to try to do it, and then it's not going to work. They're just going to be like, oh yeah, this is part one. We're coming with part two, and part one is not really that good. So they're just trying to get people to come back. But multi-part movies, it doesn't bother me. I don't mind it. Appreciate the question, V. That's my guy, the Prime Trio, the Ancient Vanguard Gaming. Follow him on Twitch. He'll be on Apex. He'll be on Destiny. Any surprises at the theaters this year for anyone? Anything that surprised you? Oh my God, it's the Jane Theory. Hello. If they are good, it can work. Dune, for example. Yeah, Dune. Like, I saw Dune and I didn't know it was like a part one, and I didn't know anything about Dune going into it. I heard people talking about the previous Dune. I heard people talking about the books, and with that, I just went in blindly. I was having a good time, and I was like, oh, it's a first part. So I'm really looking forward to the second part. Thank you, Jane, for showing up and showing love. I really appreciate it. I always shine. What's up? How you doing? How's everything? I always shine. I'm hyped for Dune 2. Not even sure why. I'm hyped for it too. I was rewatching part one a couple of weeks ago on Hulu, and I was like, I like this. I don't know. I like the world for some reason. it's entertaining for me. But I am excited for part two. Going to try to see it on an IMAX screen because I think the first one, I want to say I saw it at home. I think I streamed it. I didn't. I think the pandemic and everything was still happening, and theaters wasn't really open as much. So I'll probably watch it at home first. But I'm looking forward to Dune 2. Anything else you looking forward to coming up? Anything um, before the year is out? Feels like the the movies are slowing down. I've seen a lot of movies past couple of weeks, and tomorrow I'm going to check out Stray and Blue Beetle. I think Blue I think Blue Beetle will be an average superhero movie. I don't think it's going to be anything special. And Stray, I'm just hoping it's funny for the majority of the movie. I don't know how they're going to end something like that, but I hope it's have some laugh out loud moments because I'm just looking for a good time with that. Nothing serious. Okay, we got some people in here. We got some comments. Definitely waiting on your thoughts for Blue Beetle. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Like I don't know I don't know much about Blue Beetle, but when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. I'll watch it. So they're not promising anything crazy, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. Jane Theory, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I don't know if I'm excited about that. The Hunger Games, I liked them when I watched them. I rewatched them recently, and I know this is like a prequel, and I haven't read the books or anything, so I'll go in with an open mind, hoping it's good. There are some good actors in it, so I hope it's entertaining. Ooh, The Equalizer 3. Yeah, yeah. That's gonna be a doozy. I watched part two this month, and I don't know, Denzel just beating up on people. It's fun. I really like it. And this one, I think the trailer showed a little bit too much, and I'm upset about that. But I think it's going to be a fun watch. You like the Hunger Games world? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like should I read the books? Or I hear the books are usually better um, in situations like that. So I'm not really connected with the world, but I did enjoy watching the movies. Rebel Moon, is that the Zack Snyder movie? Because Zack Snyder is it's not exactly high on my list in terms of movies right now, but I'm gonna most likely check it out. New movie, I'm usually gonna check it out unless it's a horror. I don't really do horror movies like that. It's not my thing. I was debating if I wanted to go see that Dracula movie, and I was like, nah, I'll go see Jules rather than see that. The books are really good. Okay, Hunger Game books. I do audiobooks, so I'll put that on the list. I always hear the books are really good. The only book that I read first and then seen the movie was Ready Player One, and yeah, the book is much better than the movie because of the the time you spend with the characters. You get to understand them a little bit more in the book for Ready Player One rather than the movie. They just jump around trying to get to the keys. Let me throw his son in the mix too with the creator. Ooh, the creator looks good. It does look good. I don't know if you seen the controversial thing about their trailer. I watch Corridor Crew, and they break down like different effects in movies and stuff, and they showed a clip from the creator where it was this town that was like blowing up, and they kind of pulled real footage of a bomb that went off. I forget what country it was in, but they kind of like used the same footage for their explosion. So I hope they fix that up. But it does look cool, and I hope it's good because I like John David Washington. Although there a couple of his movies, I'm like, I I don't know. Like that Netflix movie he had, not the not the black and white one. It was another one. It was supposed to be like a thriller. It wasn't really good. I liked him in Tenet. I'm a big Tenet fan, but I need to see him win with one of these movies. But the creator, yeah, gotta have that on the list. Do you guys like make lists for like movies you want to see, or stuff like that? I tend to like look through the AMC app or something, and I just put remind me for a lot of things, and then I put it on my calendar. Yeah, Malcolm and Marie. That was the Netflix joint with him, and they was just arguing the whole time, and I was like, what are we doing here? Like the way it was shot looks cool, but it was very toxic, and I wasn't rocking with it like that. I wanted to like it, but yeah, I wasn't feeling it. He needs the creator to be a hit so he can get back up there, because I thought Tennant did really well for him and he got a few jobs off of that, and then it's been a little mixed bag. And oh, he did what's that terrible movie? Amsterdam. Oh, that sucked. Yeah, I saw that opening night and I was like, this is bad. And it had a stacked cast, and I didn't enjoy that at all. It was, whew, it was really bad. Any favorite watches this year besides Spider Verse? Because I know a lot of people are going to pick that. Um, Barbie probably for a lot of people. My favorite might be Turtles. Honestly, I had a lot of fun with that. I'm a big Turtle fan growing up. Enjoyed the movies. I let's see, Jane. I hate when they announce movies years in advance. Like, how do I know I will be alive in 2025? You right. You're right. I might do another stream focus on that, mostly about like video games when they do it, but still movies too. When they announce something is coming out 2 3 years later, and it's like you just have a concept. Like you don't have no trailer to show us. You don't have nobody confirmed for anything. It's like get the movie together first. Show us a trailer or something, and then maybe I'll be excited. They will have to. They will have you trying to stay alive just to not miss a movie. Yeah, it's like, oh man, I can't do this. I have to stay alive for Avengers King Dynasty. It's like, yeah, we're working on this movie. Like, are you? Or did you say it in a meeting like that you wanted to do a movie? You know, oh, Blade, like Blade has so many. Oh, this writer is writing Blade. Okay, that writer's off. This person is coming in to write Blade. Okay, this person is out. It's too much. And I think the pandemic really hurt Marvel a lot, because I think they had their TV shows ready to drop in a certain order and their movies ready to come out. And then when the pandemic happened and they had to shut everything down, but they still had stuff like in the works. So then when things opened up, they just dropped everything and it just got oversaturated and it was too much stuff going out and they stumbled. So I think they just need to take a step back, stop releasing so much stuff, and then they can find their footing again. But like it's like they had all that stuff ready to go, and it was like I guess we got to put all this stuff out right now. The people want it, and it's like we don't need all of it. Man, the Kingdom Hearts. All right, Kingdom Hearts. When the first one came out, I was so excited. I was like, yes, cool. And then the second one came out, was like, yes, cool. Then they just started announcing all this different Kingdom Hearts stuff, and I was confused. You already know how I feel about One Piece. I started it, I didn't get very far. I enjoyed some parts of it, but I don't think I'm ever going to catch up with One Piece. It's too much going on. It's too many things happening. Avatar has a movie slated for 2023, 2031. Yeah, I know he shot 2 and 3 together, and I guess 3 is supposed to go to the Firelands or something like that, and then I think in 4 and 5, I think it's supposed to be more so of them not getting along or something like that. But having a movie that far out, we can't really get excited. Like I trust him with his movies. You know, he made Avatar, he made Titanic, Terminator 2. He has some hits, but for a movie slated in 2031, I can't get excited about that. I can't, not at all. The technology is probably going to be crazy, but um, I'm not excited for a future Avatar. I wasn't excited for Avatar 2 until the trailer finally came out, and I was like, oh, okay, it's coming. I appreciate it. Like, I'm going to read the Avatar books and hope for the best. They have Avatar books? Yeah, I'm not going to read those. I'll find somebody on YouTube that's going to break it down, for me, and I'll catch up. Avatar 2, I'm like the only one that wasn't impressed. You wasn't impressed? I thought it was really? Why not? Like, you didn't like any of it? Shine? Like nothing? I thought it was really good. The first time I saw it, I saw it in IMAX. No, I saw it in Dolby 3D because I think he said that was like the best way to see it. And I thought it was very moving and emotional, especially with the whale. I can't remember the name, but I thought that was like really emotional and it just looked cool. Then I went to go see it twice in 4DX when the chairs be moving and everything and the water be coming down. The first time I saw it in 4DX, of course, my chair wasn't doing everything it was supposed to do. So I was kind of upset. I wasn't getting all the mist and the rain and stuff. And that upset me. So I had to go see it again in a different 4DX. And it was a great experience. I like the unique worlds. That's how they can win me over every time. Yeah, I thought the swimming was incredible, and it was just very different from the first movie. Like, I don't know, the characters won me over. I just like spending time with the son. It was different. I think it was different. I think James Cameron does a great job of connecting you with the characters. Whoa, that movie annoyed me so bad. Wow. I've heard like for Avatar 2, I heard it was like, yeah, it was all right. It was all right, making us wait all this time. It was okay. But it annoyed you. Wow. What annoyed you? I need to know. I need to know what annoyed you. Was it the kid with the dreads? I bet you it was the kid with the dreads. That's what a lot of people said. They ain't like the kid with the dreads. Acting like he was a Navi, but then he had the dreads. He was. I think they said they filmed it and he was like growing so fast or whatever. But I need to know. It was just like, screw the forest folks. It's my fam. Let's go ruin the water people. So yeah, I knew it. I knew it had to be that kid. He was flipping and flopping like, he was acting hard and they was torturing him. Then he was like, all right, cool. Let's turn on him. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I mean, to be fair, they were really after him and his fam. They were. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. For that movie, I like that they went to a different place. Like they really like spent no time in the forest at all. Like we got like a little recap of them having kids, and it was like, all right, off to the water world. I can't wait to see the fire people. Yeah, I hope they are. I hope they're not as forgiving. Like I want them to be a little bit more angry at Jake and everything with everything that went on. I don't want them to be as welcoming. I want some conflict between the Na'vi, and then have them join together to fight the humans or something like that. True, but he ain't helped them rebuild or nothing. Just deuces. I hated that he saved his so his father or whatever. I didn't like that. I wanted to see him die, to see new people come up to be the bad guys. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a focus on the fire people, and then it's going to be, of course, the humans coming back and doing something. But I don't know. Maybe the fire people are going to work with the humans. What if that's the twist? That the fire people help the humans try to kill Jake. I think Jake dies in the third one or something like that to make way for his sons to be the heroes. I don't know. Ooh, you hope they're big bads. Okay. Like, do you mean like they try to get help from the fire people and then they have like this big conflict with them? That'd be cool. Just to see like some angry Navi, everybody was so nice, welcoming, and, like helping them out. I do want to see somebody be like, nah, Jake, last time you showed up somewhere, people start dying. We don't need that over here. Get out of here. And then they have to fight. But Jake got a little squad with him, though, considering he got the water drive and everything with him. But yeah, I think Jake is going to die in the third one. And then his daughter or his son is going to be the focus of the fourth and the fifth. I don't know. Avatar is cool. And like you said, they have something scheduled for 2031. I'm not excited about that, but the momentum of 2 has me excited for 3. It's like one movie at a time with them. If he dies, I hope his kids can carry the story. Yeah, me too. I really do. I hope I really enjoy, the younger son, but he was kind of a brat until he met the whale and had that connection and start opening his eyes and stuff. So it was really cool to see. And then I like the youngest daughter too. She was cool. It reminds me of Vikings when Ragnar died. The sons were okay, but it wasn't the same. Never seen Vikings. What is that on? I've probably seen promo for it, but I don't know. TV shows. I've spent all this time talking about movies, but TV shows for me, I guess I miss out on a lot of TV shows, especially if it's a lot of seasons and I'm behind. I just like, okay, I'll miss it. And then I like watching like short series. So that's why I'm always like on Netflix or on like Amazon watching something short. Like, how many seasons is Vikings? Zoe character was just blah. He wrecked shop in first movie. You're right. She didn't get a lot of shine. She did have that part where she went crazy and started killing everybody and then put the knife to the kid. But she didn't have as much to do this time around. You're right. I wish she did have a little bit more. Oh my God, you have to watch Vikings. I guess I have to watch Vikings. Okay. Vikings. 6 seasons. Oh my God. 6 seasons of Vikings? Is it on Netflix? Is it on Netflix? Please tell me it's on Netflix. It's on Hulu. I see Prime Video with subscription, Peacock. Okay. All right. So I'll add it on the list. Hulu, Prime Video, or Peacock. I can watch Vikings, although it's 6 seasons, and that seems like a lot. They better not be long episodes. Like 6 seasons, an hour each. They be killing me. Like, that's why I like go to Netflix or like Amazon. I watch something like Reacher, and it's pretty cool. There's only been 1 season so far, but I thought it was a really good show. It was only 8 episodes. I just caught up on Jack Ryan. I finished that series. I thought that was really good. I think it's only four seasons. What else I watched? That's a TV show. Jury Duty. Anybody seen Jury Duty on Prime? It's a cool concept. They have a guy who's doing jury duty, and he thinks he's being interviewed to talk about his experience, and he thinks the whole thing is real, and everybody's an actor. He's the only real person, and they actually have a real case and real lawyers and everything. So it's pretty funny. James Marsden is in it, and he's like trying to act like he's a celebrity who can't do jury duty, but he gets placed in jury duty anyway. And they have to do like confessionals and stuff, like The Office, talking about the case and the experience of working with the other people. And like certain people are asked to act weird on purpose to see how the guy reacts to them. And it's a fun show. My boy Odell told me to watch it. He was like, yo, you got to watch Jury Duty. He kept telling me, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And it was was actually a good recommendation. So Jury Duty on Prime Video is dope. Primo, also on Prime. It's written by Shea Serrano. It's a really cool show about this kid growing up in San Antonio. He lives with his mom, but he has like 5 uncles, and they all give him terrible advice about everything in life. And he has to just navigate growing up, dealing with that. It's another cool show. But yeah, TV shows, those long old school shows where it's like 24 episodes and stuff, they be killing me. But I try to watch a mixture of shows, whether it's animated or like a drama or something, just to find some balance. So I'm not always watching the same like action packed thing. The last show I watched that was really good was it was an animated Netflix show. It's called Mech Cadets. Um, it reminds you of Pacific Rim. Humans were at war, and then these robots saved them. But the robots, they like bond with the human, and now they're like training these young cadets. They're probably like 16 to merge with these robots so they can fight off these aliens, and it's cool. They have to bond with the alien, with the robots like Pacific Rim, um, and they just grow together. It's like a squad of 4, but they all have like their own issues and everything, and they have to come together as a team to fight off the aliens. And it's like a cliffhanger at the end. It's dope. Another good one, if you like pirates, is Black Sails. I've heard of Black Sails. I've heard of that. 4 seasons. Okay. What is that on? What is that on? What is Black Sails on? Black Sails is on. Okay, it's on the Roku channel. Okay, we got Stars. We got Amazon Prime. Okay, Hulu. Premium subscription. All right. Black Sails. I guess I have to put those 2 on the list. Check Vikings and Black Sails. I have heard of Black Sails. I also heard what's the Apple TV one with Jason Momoa? I can't think of the name, but people told me to watch that one as well. I just don't know the name. See? Yeah, it's called See. I think that's what it's called. A lot of people keep telling me to check that out. I don't have Apple TV, so it's going to be a problem. Any other recommendations in terms of TV shows or movies? Any favorite movie this year? Leave it in the chat. See is really good. Okay. See. People have told me to check that out. I just haven't gotten around to it. I gotta get a free trial or something on Apple Plus. Frontier is great. Never heard of that. Frontier. What is that on? Oh, it's another Jason Momoa joint on Netflix. Okay. All right. Put that on the list too, along with all this other stuff that I need to watch and catch up on. I like watching like a show like Vikings or Black Sails. I like that it's like over and I could just watch it and experience it myself. Kind of did that with Game of Thrones a little bit. Like I didn't watch it at first. Jason has some good shows. So I wasn't engulfed in the whole Game of Thrones thing in the beginning. The Red Road. Oh, Jane got all the shows. The Red Road. Another drama. It's a lot of drama. It's on Pluto TV. Momoa again. Jesus. Okay. When did this come out? Oh, 2014. Okay. Momoa got some stuff. Now I have shows to catch up on. Good. These are all old. They don't make TV like they used to. They definitely don't. They really don't. I was listening to a Ringer podcast. They were talking about like the first season of the OC, and because it's like the 20-year anniversary, and they were talking about how it was jumping through so many storylines in the first season. Like the show kind of burned out, and it was like if this was a Netflix show, the first 4 episodes would have been stretched out for a whole season on Netflix. So the shows are definitely structured differently. I'm currently watching Stargate. I just started Zom 100. It's uh it's also a movie. Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. The anime is on Netflix and is on Hulu. But I just watched the movie on Netflix. It's basically about a guy who he gets this new job and he's excited about it. He's happy, he loves this company, and he starts work and everybody's so nice to him. He's like, "Yes, I'm gonna love it here." And they literally make him work overnight his first day. His first 2 days he has to work overnight. He doesn't go home for 2 days. And he's like, "What is going on? Why am I here?" And he's just working around the clock for years, not doing anything for himself. And then one day he wakes up and zombies are there. And that's when he decides to make a list of things he wants to do before he becomes a zombie and he starts living his life. The movie is a little wacky. The anime seems better equipped for the wackiness. Did anyone watch Hijack? No, I haven't watched it. I heard it was okay. And again, it's like 7 episodes, I think. 7. So when I get a Apple TV subscription or a free trial or something, I'll definitely watch that. Hijack is on my list. Yeah, me too. I just like Idris Elba and stuff, and it's on a plane. Like plane movies are pretty. Plane shows are cool. Severance is that's on my list. That is on my list. I swear it's on my list. Heard great things about that. That I should check that out. Um, yeah, so many TV shows. Yeah, you just got to find time to lock in with these shows. But Hijack is on my list. Severance is on my list. I hear that's really good. I can't wait to see that. All right, let's get into my list for the movies I've seen. Again, I'm not great with ranking stuff, so I made a tier list. Jane says Foundation is okay. I've heard about that. I want to check it out. But then they stopped because of the strike. Is that the show that stopped because of the strike? But this is my list. Again, I'm not great with rating stuff, so I have skip it. Has moments. Check it out once. Wow, that was great. Go watch it now. And movies that I just love simply. I think every day did, yeah. Because I was watching Corridor Crew and it was talking about Foundation, I believe, and it was showing some of the effects and things like that. I hope to check out all these different movies and stuff. I'm not going to go in any particular order with these movies, but this is everything I saw in theaters. Like I said before, it's um, not for things that I saw on like in the studio in the movies like based on Netflix or anything. I've seen stuff like that in theaters, so it's just everything that I watched in theaters, and hopefully it comes out well because I don't know what to put in a lot of these different categories since I've watched so much. But I'm looking forward to messing around with this because I like people to check out different things, things they wouldn't normally watch. So hopefully people watch this and they're like, "Oh, I never heard of that movie. I want to check that out." So let's see. Let's start with some skippables. How about we do that? You might see some stuff up here twice because I was just messing around with this. Skippable House Party easily. You can skip that. It's terrible. I went to the theater. I laughed probably like twice. It was not good. It was a mansion. It's not really a house party. It didn't have any of the the essence of the first house party. Kid and Play make a terrible brief appearance. It was corny all around. If you have any questions about any of these movies, just let me know. Um, Fool's Paradise, you can skip this one. This guy, yeah, it's just bad. You don't need to watch it. Skip it. It's not good at all. Let's see. In terms of check it out once, I would say A Good Person. It's it's heavy. That's why I say check it out once. It's a heavy movie. My guy, what's good? Megan is skippable. You know what? I was I was gonna say it has moments, but you might be right. It might be skippable. It might be. But A Good Person is this woman is she gets in a car accident and it kills her fiance's sister and husband, and then she gets on drugs and she starts drinking a lot, and then she meets her fiance's father at an AA meeting, and he like sponsors her, and they go back and forth about the accident. She meets the daughter for the first time since the accident, and the daughter gets to confront her. It's a lot of emotional stuff. Heavy movie. That's why I say you should check it out at least once. It's not something I think I'm just like, oh, A Good Person is on. I want to check this out. Um, Definitely not. Champions, cool. Woody Harrelson, he gets in trouble. He has to coach a basketball team. They all have special needs, but I thought it was well done because he's open to the kids. He asks questions rather than just judge them. He's always asking like, okay, what's up with this kid? And somebody is there to explain like some of them live in a group together and they have jobs. Others live at home and they have special skills. Like one kid knows like 4 languages. Another kid, all he does is shoot the ball backwards and dance, but everybody likes him. So it's funny the way he looks out for the kids. Like they get on a bus to go somewhere and people are saying stuff to the kids and he steps up for them. And it was cool. It's a cool movie with a really good ending. Cocaine Bear is definitely something you should watch once. The name says it all. It's a bear that has cocaine and kills people. That's all I can say. In terms of movie that I loved, I love Barbie. It's up there. Really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun. Wore pink. Saw everybody with pink. I love movies where it brings people out to just enjoy themselves. Skip it. In my review, I said watch 65 on streaming. It's on Netflix. You don't really need to watch it though. You can skip it. It had promise from the trailer, and it doesn't execute on anything at all. It just fails. Like Pop said, Megan is skippable. Definitely. Inside, watch it once. William Dafoe is a thief, and he breaks into this like penthouse in New York, and he's supposed to steal 3 art pieces. He gets the first 2, the third one isn't there, and when he tries to get out, the alarm goes off, and the people he's talking to is like, "You on your own," and they leave him in this penthouse, and he starts to go a little crazy, and the apartment is like high tech, but things stop working. So the fridge is running out of power. There's really no food in there. He's drinking like pond water, and he's trying to find a way to escape. And he just starts getting a little delusional. It's intense. It's one person the whole time. I saw it in theaters, and I was like, "What the heck am I watching?" But definitely something you should check out one time. Same thing, 1001. Thought Tiana Taylor was really good in this movie, honestly, and I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did. But definitely check it out once because it's a solid movie. She does a solid job. Has moments. Fast 10. It has moments. That's all I would say. It's over the top crazy. It's Fast and Furious, weird stuff, but it has some moments. Brandy, I really enjoyed her acting. Tiana Taylor, yeah, I was surprised. Like, she's usually just a side character, and she held it down. She was in the movie the whole time and really did her thing. Uh, and I was surprised how much I was enjoying it while watching it, because sometimes I go in, I'm like, I don't know. Skip Flash, you can skip that. You it's I don't it's bad. It's bad. It is. A Man Called Otto. Watch it once. This guy's stubborn old guy meets his neighbors, and he kind of changes his tone because the neighbors bring it out of him, but he really doesn't want to live at all. It was cool. I was told Barbie is a masterpiece. Guess I gotta go see it now. It's delightful. That was my word for it. Delightful. It's just fun. It makes me laugh. Uh, all the Kens are funny. Alan is funny, and it was just cool seeing Barbie try to find herself because she thinks she's doing great in the world for all like girls, but it's a rude awakening when she comes to the real world. And Issa Rae is Black Barbie, and she's the president. It's dope, but it's definitely delightful. Um, Love Guardians 3. Watch it again. It's on Disney Plus right now. It's a great ending to the trilogy. A lot of fun. Rocket Raccoon's origin story. It's really dope. Uh, Definitely watch. How to Blow Up a Pipeline. It's. I was going to put it and check it out once, but I might want to revisit it. These I want to say they're kids. They're probably like mid-20s. They want to blow up a pipeline, and they all come together in different ways. They give you flashbacks of all of them, like how they got to this point of wanting to blow up this pipeline. They all have their own reasons, and they meet out in this remote like cabin, and they're building the bomb and everything, and they're trying to execute this plan. And it's a lot of work, but it's cool. It's well acted, very intense as they're trying to like load up these bombs because any wrong move can set it off, and they don't know what they're doing really. They just all came together, and like one guy was making bombs on his own, and they like recruited him, and it's just nobody is really, I would say, in charge and like has the authority between the group. They just all want to do this together, and they try to make it work. Love Again. Um, I guess I would say skip it. Nothing really stands out for me in Love Again. I like rom coms. Nothing like stands out. And I guess I would put Maybe I Do in that same category. Maybe I Do has a dope song from it, but I believe it was a play and it feels like a play. There is one particular scene that's hilarious, um, but it's definitely not a great rom com. I don't want to spoil it, but you'll know the scene when you get to it because you'll be laughing. Dungeons and Dragons. Not gonna lie, it's pretty damn good. And I never played Dungeons and Dragons before. I don't know anything about D&D, and I was rocking with it. I enjoyed it. It's a great cameo in there too. Some cool action. Magic worked. I liked it. Of course, John Wick 4. Loved it. That's up there. Skip It. Marlowe. Liam Neeson. It was terrible. Like, I wanted to leave. It was so bad. It's very bad. What else? Let's see. Where are we going? Oppenheimer. Loved it. Saw it twice. One time in Dolby. One time in IMAX. The greatest explosion ever on screen. It was just wow. Wow. That's all I could really say. Elemental. I would say check it out once. Disney and Pixar. You have a fire girl, and she falls in love with a water boy. They're not supposed to be together. It's a little racist at times because nobody really rocks with fire, and it was weird. Like the guy left his island and he went to Elemental City where all the elements are supposed to work together, but it feels like he was in Harlem and he had to build up his own store and everything, and it was just for fire people, black people, and it I don't know, it was just different. And then finally, the daughter is supposed to take over the shop, but something happens and she has to work with the water guy, and they start falling for each other. It's a decent movie. It got a lot of bad, I guess, press in the beginning, but week after week it was making some money, so it was like doing its thing in theaters. Haunted Mansions, it was solid. It was good. I enjoyed it. Didn't have high hopes going in, but it was fun. It's definitely a cool family movie to check out. Um, Watch it. Plane, it has moments. I don't know what it's on right now, but it's one of those movies where it's like you kind of know what's going to happen, but you're just there for the action of it. It's nothing special. I, I believe it's one of the first movies I watched the beginning of the year. It's a January movie. Just leave it at that. It's a January movie. You go to the theaters, you know what that means. You Hurt My Feelings is it's more of an adult drama, I would say. Um, this woman, she's a writer, and she writes a book, and she overhears her husband telling someone that he didn't really like it, even though he tells her he likes it, and it hurts her feelings. She says that a lot, and they have to deal with that and grow from that. He's in a job he doesn't like. She's dealing with her writing. She's also dealing with her son. He wants to write, but he's afraid to show her, and they have to deal with stuff. It's solid. Again, when it's on streaming, check it out once, and you'll be like, oh, okay. And, Polite Society, loved it. Uh, Go check it out. It was really great. It's fun. These sisters, they one sister wants to be a stunt woman. Another sister is an artist, but she stops because she's gonna marry this guy. And the younger sister is like, no, you've given up your art. I don't want you to give up on your dreams, because then who's gonna believe in me, in my dreams? And she uncovers this weird thing that's going on with the husband, and it's a lot of fun. Some antics, comedy, a little bit of action, but it's cool. There's two movies on here that are similar, and I would say that I watch one of them before the other, so I'm going to put that one higher. So that's The Covenant and Kandahar. So The Covenant, I would say watch once. Kandahar has moments. So The Covenant is this guy. They in Afghanistan, and he has a translator. The translator wants to find the people that killed his son and kill them, of course. And this guy doesn't know. So they get ambushed. The translator kills all these people and saves his life. And like the cool part is he is dragging him across like the desert through enemy lines and basically saves his life, gets him back home. But now his name is known around Afghanistan and people want him dead. So when the guy gets back home, he's like, yo, they're supposed to get special visas. Why didn't they get them? And everybody has all these excuses. So then he's like, I got to go back. I got to get him out. And he wants to go back and save him because he saved his life. Kandahar, it's similar. Again, in Afghanistan, Gerard Butler I believe he works for the CIA or something, but he's sent in to do a mission, and he has a translator he has to pick up. But while he's there to do the mission, his cover is blown, and now they're like, "Yo, you got to get out," and he has to work with the translator to try to get out of a situation. Covenant came out first. It was done a little bit better, so I would say watch that once. Kandahar has its moments. It's nothing that you need to rush out and see. Operation Fortune is a Guy Ritchie movie. If you've seen the Guy Ritchie movie before, you know the beats of it. So check it out once. I enjoyed it. Past Lives. Loved it. It's Korean and American, so you don't have to be nervous about always reading subtitles. But these two kids in Korea, they grew up together. they like each other. They tell their parents they like each other. The parents know everything, and the girl moves away with her family to America, and they lose touch with each other. They finally connect again on like Facebook, and they have conversations and they talk, about growing up and liking each other, but it's interfering with her job because of the time difference of talking. So they stop talking again, and she moves on. She gets married, and then they connect again. And the guy's like, "I'm coming to New York to visit." And she tells her husband, like, "Yo, he's coming." And the husband's like, "Oh, I want to meet him, and he's coming here for you." And it's like real. It's not disrespectful. It's like very adult conversations. And she's like, "Okay." And she goes meet the guy, and the guy is practicing his English, and the husband was practicing his like Korean, and they meet and everything. And this is very tense moments while you're watching it. And it's like, it's really well done. It's really, really well done. Great. Let's see what else. Right On has its moments. It's a Jackie Chan movie. I discovered it by scrolling through the AMC app and saw a movie with Jackie Chan. I was like, all right, cool, check it out. He's basically like a stuntman, and he has a horse that he treats like a son, and the horse is like mad smart and does stunts too, but he really can't get any work. And then something happens, and he gets thrust back into the spotlight, and he gets to reconnect with his daughter. And she gets to see him do his work, and she's like, "I don't want you to hurt yourself. I don't want you to die doing this." And all he cares about is like completing the stunt. And it was like a really cool moment at one point where the daughter was watching his old videos, but it was just really old stuff of Jackie Chan. And, we learned about Jackie Chan. He does his own stunts, and we see the daughter watching him do his own stunts and seeing the injuries and stuff that happens to him. And comes to a point where he has to get rid of the horse, which is like his son. And it's like really heartbreaking and stuff, but it's cool. I like Jackie Chan, so I like checking out his movies. Shortcomings, saw recently. It's pretty good. It was directed by Randall Park from like Always Be My Maybe. He was also in Ant-Man. It was good. It was cool. These people are trying to understand life. They live in San Francisco, but they all end up in New York to understand their life. It was dope. Of course, I love Across the Spider-Verse. Sisu, amazing. Check it out. How can I explain Sisu? This guy, it's a war. It's the end of World War II. This guy is a gold digger, and he discovers gold, and he's trying to make it to a bank, and he comes across these Nazis, and they want the gold. And he's chill at first, and turns out he's a very deadly man, and he starts killing the Nazis, and it's very graphic. He doesn't talk most of the movie. It's a very quiet film at times, and it's done in like chapters. It's pretty cool. Joyride, loved it. It's funny, it's hilarious, over the top, crazy gags, a lot of fun. Ant-Man has moments, I would say. I thought Air was great. That's on Amazon Prime right now. Check it out. Story of how Nike got Michael Jordan. Thought it was really dope. Well done. Asteroid City. I do want to check it out again. I enjoyed it. It was weird. It was like a play within a play. It was like a play being performed as a movie. It's hard to explain, but I enjoyed the performances and the characters in it. Knock at the Cabin. I didn't like it, so I will say skip it. I thought it was, I don't know, it just wasn't well done for me. I'm not a big fan of his movies. Turtles, loved it. The best turtle movie ever. My favorite turtle movie. It was just well done. They were teenagers. They act like teenagers. They crack jokes. Um, Mikey has braces. One of them is missing a tooth. They know the art of ninjutsu, but they've never been in a fight. It's all around fun. Loved it. Creed 3, thought it was great. Ending to a trilogy. Part 2 was not well received, I would say, but part 3, I think, ended on a high note. Really good movie. Love Mission Impossible. Loved it. Gotta own it on something, Blu-ray, whatever. Meg, you can skip it. Meg 2, you can skip it. It's just not as fun as Meg 1. This one is it's wacky, very wacky. They try and do too much. 3 Megs is it's a lot, and it wasn't working. Shazam 2, you skip that. You yeah, skip it. Little Mermaid, you probably seen it. It's cool. Check it out. It's probably on Disney Plus or something. Theater Camp is funny. It's about theater camp, but it's shot in like a documentary style. This lady is trying to raise money for her camp, but she gets into a coma, and her son has to take over, and he's not serious at all. So everybody at theater camp is kind of doing their own thing, but it has some funny moments. Thought it was dope. The girl who plays Sydney from The Bear, she's in it. She's funny, and she doesn't know what she's doing. Indiana Jones, I'm not a big Indiana Jones fan. It has some moments. It felt long, felt really long. But it has some Indiana Jones moments if you enjoy Indy like that. Gran Turismo, kind of surprised. Really liked it, based on a true story. Um, but it was dope. It was really good. The racing was probably the best part. It was some good racing, cool crashes, and it's an emotional story of this guy trying to not only prove everybody wrong, but like really his father too, because the father didn't want him to race. The people that he works with don't really like him because he's not a true racer because he won a competition playing a simulator, but his trainer makes that connection with him, and you watch them grow together, and you start rooting for him. It's one of those movies where every time a race is happening, people are cheering in the theater, like legit cheering, and it was weird to see. Um, it has moments. It's it's not great. Ruby Gilman also has moments. I think it just fell. I don't think it got a lot of publicity, but it's okay. Again, if you have kids, definitely something you should probably check out. Not gonna lie. Are you there, God? God, it's me, Margaret. I know it's based on a book. Didn't read it, of course, but it was really good. A really well acted out movie about a kid growing up. A lot of things I was asking like my mom about, like, kids growing up in this time, did you guys do this? And she was like, yeah, we used to do that. So, it's cool. Transformers, I was talking about it earlier. It's the third best Transformers to me. Not a lot of human characters. I wish there were more focus on the Beast because I wanted to see them do stuff. It was a lot of Optimus in this, but again, a well executed film. Enjoyed the villain as well. Suzumi, animated movie. It's an anime that I saw in theaters. How can I explain this? It was this girl who it was like an earthquake or something, and then she was trying to go to this place and close this door. And when she got there, it was like some monster trying to come out, and this guy was able to close the door, but then he was turned into a chair. So she gained the ability to see like these doors in different parts of the world, and she was trying to go over there to close them to stop this monster from coming out and destroying the city. Because every time the monster would come out, it would feel like an earthquake, but it was really him coming out to destroy the city. So they have to travel around together, her in this chair, to close these doors. It was cool. Uh, Not gonna lie, Python. I think it was like a Bollywood type movie. I didn't know anything about this. I went in, I saw it in like IMAX, and it's off the wall, crazy action, tongue in cheek. Like he does some crazy stuff in this. In one of the first action scenes, he like beats up these people and slides down the blade of a helicopter. That's what type of movie it is, and I didn't know that going in, and I had a blast. It's not the best movie ever, but it's very entertaining. Missing, if you watch, what's the first one called? Searching. Have you seen that? It's, it's kind of the same, but a different type of twist. Really enjoyed it. It was cool. Uh, this is great. The Child, Korean. It's a Korean movie. They speak a little English in it as well. But this guy he's Filipino and Korean, and he is a boxer. His mom is sick and needs surgery. He's trying to do everything he can to get money, some of it illegal, and it's not working out. And somebody comes and is like, your father is looking for you. He's in Korea. He wants to meet you, but he is sick, so he needs to see you immediately. And he's like, okay, great. He goes over there, and on his way over there, you meet this mysterious guy who I think is the star of the movie. He's like, do you know why you're going there? You're going there to die. And the guy is freaked out. And when he gets to Korea, a lot of people are trying to kill him, and he has no idea why. He's meeting all these different people, and he doesn't know who to trust. And it's fun. It's an action. It's a thriller. And by the end of it, you're like, oh, that was well done. Check it out once. The Blackening. Not gonna lie, full disclosure, I thought this movie was gonna suck. Thought it was gonna be terrible. And I went in there and I was laughing and I was having a good time with all these characters. And it's a very good movie. And when I reviewed it, I told people to go check it out. Of course, they didn't. So now that it's on some streaming platform, people are going to check it out. But The Blackening is good. It's more comedy than horror, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. Thought it was fun. No Hard Feelings. Again, another raunchy comedy. The age difference thing is a little weird because she's like 30 something. He's probably like 19. But it's funny. It's over the top. And I liked it. It had a good ending for a comedy. But it's one of those comedies that they say a lot of like off the wall stuff, and it's entertaining. I would put Super Mario. I did really like it. I wouldn't put it in the love it category, but I thought it was well done, and it was a good intro to the Mario universe. And if they continue making movies in this universe, I think it would be a lot of fun. Like the places they can go is just going to be incredible. Let's see. I have a lot of duplicates up here because I was messing around with this into the stream, but I think I have one more. This is another Korean movie, The Wandering Earth. This is a sequel. The first part is on Netflix, I believe. And this sequel is also a prequel. So definitely watch the first one first so you have an understanding of what's going on. But Earth is essentially dying and they're trying to move it. The moon is going to crash into Earth and they're trying to move it away from, I believe Jupiter is coming and it's going to crash to the Earth. So this one is showing how they came up with the technology and everything to put these thrusters on the Earth in different locations to actually move the Earth away. And it's cool. It's emotional. Once you like after watching the first one and seeing certain characters and you watch this one, part two is very emotional. It's really well done. It's like sci-fi / disaster type movie. And I really liked it. It was cool. The last movie I saw in theaters, Jules, I would say check it out once. It's Ben Kingsley. He's an older guy. He's suffering from early sets of Alzheimer's or dementia. They don't really say. He's set in his ways. He has his routine, go to town meetings, say the same thing over and over. And one day an alien crashes in his backyard. And he literally tells people, an alien crashed in my backyard, and they all look at him like he's crazy. He's weird. And the alien comes out and he takes care of him. The alien looks weak. He brings a cover, gives him water, and invites him into the house. And then the alien doesn't say anything. He just looks at you with these big eyes and they try to explain things. And then he has these two women that also go to the town hall, and they come over and they meet the alien, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's an alien! You weren't crazy." And they give him a name. They call him Jules. And Ben Kingsley's character just feeds him apples and gives him water, and the alien goes and works on his spaceship and stuff, and then they have to do stuff to help him fix his spaceship. And it focuses on that particular group. Yeah, the government is looking for the spaceship, but there's no like big government bad that's looking for them trying to take the alien away or kill the alien. Although they mention it like, yo, we can't let the government get to him. You see what they do to things like this. But it's a cool movie. It's enjoyable. It just makes me feel good. Although he is suffering from, dementia or Alzheimer's, but it was good watching them bond over this alien. It was just really cool. It's a really small movie, so it's probably going to be on streaming soon, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, I think that's the list. Those are the movies. It's a lot. I watched a lot of movies so far, and I had a lot of fun watching them. It was weird ranking them like this because, again, I don't really do ratings, but I like this list. I like the way where I put certain things. I hope whoever watches this sees some movie on the list and checks it out. The Child for me was a very big surprise because, again, I didn't know anything about it going in, and I reviewed it, and then for like a couple of weeks, appreciate you. For like a couple of weeks, it wasn't really doing anything, and then I guess people started seeing it, and then they just start popping up on my review, like, "Yo, this was a good movie. I'm glad you reviewed it. Oh, this person was great." And I don't really know Korean actors, so I was putting pictures up like, "Yo, this person was great," and they were like, "Yeah, he has another thing coming out." So I like when I can do that for certain people. They can watch something that they didn't know about. So yeah, The Child is something I would definitely highly recommend you check out if you haven't seen it. Also, the check it out once list is a solid list, and you should check out a lot of it. Some of it is really heavy. Like A Good Person is heavy. The Tiana Taylor movie is a little heavy. Inside is heavy because he's losing it a little bit. So that's why it's like you might want to watch it once. But it's a variety of things. Again, I don't do I enjoyed the tier list style. You plan on expanding into TV series or anime also? Probably not anime because it's so much anime going on, and I watch anime on my own time. That's like my cleanse. Where like for most animes, I can just like Bleach is on Hulu right now, and it's new episodes coming out, and I'm letting them build up, so I can just sit there and watch it on my time and just enjoy it. So like anime is a little different. TV series, I can probably do a tier list for TV series I watch, but again, I'm not watching what everybody else is watching. So like the only thing I watched two shows this year where it was appointment viewing: The Last of Us and the Game of Thrones spinoff. Those are the two shows I watch like every week with everybody else. But I find weird TV shows or stuff that people is not really watching, or I'll find like an animated show. But I can probably do like a little tiers list for TV shows that I currently watched. So I might do that. Appreciate the suggestion. I wasn't sure how long the stream was going to go. I've been talking for over an hour. I was very nervous, but thank you for everybody that came to say something, that left a comment, that interacted with me. I really appreciate it. And this won't be my last. This won't be my last stream, but it's definitely an experience. I'm glad I did it, and I look forward to doing it again. Appreciate y'all. Take care. Deuces.